Hi, I'm Kaylin,
And I'm Amelia.
and today is the first of our DirectHer Discussions series where we're going to be sitting down, having a chat about a subject relevant to the brand and relevant in the film world right now.
So today's discussion is on the 77th Cannes Film Festival, which is starting on the 14th of May and runs until Saturday, the 25th of May.
And we're going to be talking about the female representation within the official Cannes lineup, all the films competing for the Palme d'Or. This year there's 3 films, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's there's 3 films in competition competing for the big prize, the Palme d'Or. This is down last year, it was 6, wasn't it?
Oh, you can be the expert on that, yeah.
Well, I don't know, isn't it written down?
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so last year there was 6, and that is the record currently for the most films in competition directed by women.
Each year there is a jury at the festival, and each jury has a president, and this year's president is Greta Gerwig. The president hasn't been a woman since 2018, which was led by Kate Blanchett.
And obviously the jury and all the members of the jury, their role is basically watching all the films in competition for the Palme and collectively deciding what wins. And the president tends to have the most sway over making decisions. They can like veto and, have a bit more influence than the other members of the jury.
The jury is made up of 8 people, and other than Greta Gerwig, and of those 8 people, there are 4 women, which is quite unusual.
So it's good, having the balance. In Lily Gladstone's in there, Eva Green. So it's it's an interesting mix of people. And amongst the films that are competing for the Palme this year, the ones directed by women are Bird by Andrea Arnold, All We Imagine Is Light, and Wild Diamond, which are Wild Diamond, I think, is like a debut film. So there's some interesting films in there.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about the kind of the ratio of the male-directed films to female ones in this lineup?
It's definitely unusual, but in a positive sense, because it's never been this heavy with female directors. And the international films as well. There were quite a few French films directed by women. One premiere.
Premiering.
Thank you. Is The Balconettes, which is a French comedy, French comedy horror, which sounds really good. And there are so many female names, and it really stands out against previous festivals.
Yeah, I mean, I think in recent years, particularly post Me Too, the festival and their the leadership behind it are kind of actively aware, more so now than ever, of trying to have more parity between men and women. So I think that's reflected, like you say, in the jury being more equal in terms of its male and female representation and the lineup itself. I think 2 years ago they broke the record because it was previously 4. It was the most films in competition, and that had been held for a long while. And it went up to 5, and I think last year it was 6. So it's down this year, but it's been an upwards trend over the past couple of years, and obviously it'll vary slightly year to year, just depending on what's actually been made. But I mean, it is an upward trend, if nothing else.
Definitely. I have a feeling Bird, which is directed by Andrea Arnold, I think that will be a fan favourite. Not sure about the jury, but definitely.
That's Barry Keoghan in that one, isn't it?
Yeah. He's a firm favourite with the female directors out there. But yeah, I mean, that one looks interesting.
And obviously we should say last year the film that actually won the Palme d'Or was Anatomy of a Fall, the Justine Triet film, which went on to be massive success, won the Oscar for Best Screenplay, and was well rewarded beyond that initial win of the Palme. But so the films that get the spotlight in competition here are it's a really good landing ground for them to go off and be recognised all over the world. So I think, I mean, you would say it's important that there is a good lineup of female-directed films in competition, because the journey they can take from their premiere to, wider release, can be really boosted by that spotlight being given in the festival.
Definitely, and the fact that Cannes is one of the most notable, the most widely recognised film festival by people that aren't even into film. And when you have such a spotlight on such a grand event, it's really important to have that representation. And I definitely think in the past few years, people have been really aware of that representation, and it is having such a positive impact and wave.
I mean, yeah, like you say, it expands beyond people who care about film. It's probably the biggest festival, at least in the popular sense. People will keep an eye on the red carpet and all the premieres and stuff, even just to see who's attending. And like you say, with something like Bird, because people care so much about Barry Keoghan right now, seeing him on the carpet, they'll be like, oh, what's he there for? And then suddenly there'll be eyes on that film that maybe wouldn't have been there because of him being at Cannes, and then they'll want to know why he's there.
Definitely.
So beyond Bird, then, is there anything else you're looking forward to at the festival?
I always love the red carpet. It's like round 2 of the Met Gala, really. But I'm just really looking forward to see what Greta Gerwig has to offer. I personally love her, and I know she will bring something refreshing to the jury this year.
I mean, the jury president always kind of reflects, whatever gets chosen reflects their taste and what they have to think. So, when you look at whatever film ends up winning the Palme d'Or, if it's one of these films directed by a woman or if it's something else, it'll say a lot about her. And I think, it's good to be giving her it's kind of cementing her, renown and her status, because it is one of the most prestigious festivals, and they're saying that she's a tastemaker, that her judgment is, good enough that she should be deciding what wins one of the biggest awards in the industry.
Definitely. And I respect her judgment.
I respect it as well, so I'm sure whatever ends up winning will be really interesting. I suppose the only other thing is, do we think 4 is enough? 4 films, do we think they could be doing better? The record being 6 is comparatively low. They're usually around 20 or so films, so it's still... It is a small step in some ways, but I don't know, what do you think?
There is still a journey that needs to be taken, but any small step is a positive. And I think coming off the back of the summer we had, or not even just the summer, the last year, when we had such a spotlight on women and that they were at the forefront of the film industry for once, I think we can't go backward from that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what impact this year's festival has.
I suppose, yeah, the other thing is the impact of, as you say, everything that happened over the course of last year probably won't be felt until more a year from now or 2 years from now, when there's more time to respond. So I suppose this will be an interesting kind of in-between step when we see the ripple of, Barbie's success or An Atom May Have a Fall, again, coming from Cannes, or we were just saying there about La Chimera, which is out in cinemas now, and that debuted at Cannes last year, and now it's kind of the big buzzy film on Letterboxd and stuff at the minute. So, it'll be interesting to see the journey to next Cannes as well, because I think it's obvious that, the spotlight being put more on a diverse selection of films is something that's clearly benefiting the notoriety of the festival, and just, some of these films are the ones that are getting the most acclaim. So I suppose it would be in the best interest to continue pushing that message forward and keeping the lineup increasingly more diverse as future festivals come.
And I will quickly note that there are quite a few women of colour that have also been nominated or on the jury. It's a step in so many directions. The film industry has such a way to go in terms of diversity, and I think I can really see us slowly going in that direction.
And obviously they have Lily Gladstone, like, as an example on the jury, so having like that, you know, an Indigenous American woman, obviously she's had a great year, you know, with everything, and letting her voice be given, even if it's not the same renown as the president, being amongst, like, you know, those people on the jury signifies, you know, some change and respect to her as an artist, which is obviously a sign in and of itself as of some sense of progression.
Definitely.
Do we have anything else we want to say about this?
No, I'm really excited for this year. I can't wait.
And we're actually going to have more Cannes stuff on our website and stuff as well, aren't we?
Yes, there will be a Cannes explainer, a look back all over our Instagram, our website, maybe even TikTok. So make sure to keep up to date with what we're putting out and give us a follow on the socials.
And over on the YouTube side of things, we'll be having more videos coming out throughout the week. These sort of discussion videos will be every Monday, so stay tuned for more interesting, you know, looks into topics all across the industry from the team at DirectHer. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a great evening.
Thank you.